evening, everyone, and welcome to Exposed. Welcome to Exposed, the show without protections. I'm your host, Gianluca Galazzo, and tonight we have a very special guest for you. This gonorrhea guru just got his doctorate degree and has made his name in culture-free typing, right? He's author of the already bestseller book Oropharyngeal Gonorrhea and the Key for Surveillance, available online and in the children's section of every bookstore. And when he's not face down into STI, you will probably find him face down into a nice glass of home-brewed beer. Please welcome Brian van der Veer.
Hello.
What Brian doesn't know is that we are testing a new truth detector. This device will test if his answers are honest or not, and it will show what he is really thinking.
So, Brian, first of all, thank you for joining us today for this rather unique interview. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's start with something about yourself. And we all know about your brilliant academic career, but not everybody knows, and correct me if I'm wrong, that you also enjoy brewing beer, occasional video gaming, and traditional Maori war dance. What do you like about them?
About what? I really enjoy racing games. I recently bought a racing wheel. So, I'm also a fan of Formula One, so I mainly do those kind of games.
Okay.
About brewing beer, I really like to apply my knowledge about the biochemistry, but of course, drinking the beers, that's the best part.
Biochemistry, my ass. Do you really think I enjoy brewing beer because of the biochemistry? Damn, I always wanted to be a Formula One driver. Instead, I spend my days studying samples of swingers, MSMs, and sex workers. Oh man, they know how to have fun. I brew my own beer because I can make it strong enough, get drunk and pretend to be Max Verstappen.
And then also you said just drinking them, right?
Yes.
So what is your favorite beer, in your opinion?
My favorite beer is the Westvleteren 12. It's a Belgian beer.
What? Which one?
Westvleteren 12.
We sincerely apologize to the viewers for the complete ignorance of the host regarding Belgian beers.
Let's moving on. So you finally reached the end of a long and difficult journey to get your PhD. After more than 4 years spent in medical microbiology departments, do you think that it provides a good opportunity for different research lines to discuss and work together and create novel ideas?
I think it does, because we have different groups, like the microbiome group, we have the antimicrobial resistance group, physical research, but also STI. So it's a very broad, very broad topic. So I think combining all those fields and working together with the public health service, that's a really good opportunity.
Yes, the department has many research lines. Way too many. I mean, come on, who cares about the rest? Everyone knows that the department needs more focus on Neisseria gonorrhea. Stop wasting my money. I mean, good research money on other stuff.
Yeah, you mentioned a number of research lines, so this also means a lot of machines. And indeed, for your PhD, you used a lot of different types of machine, from MinIONs to the Zephyr. So which one did you like the most?
I really love the MinION. It's just a super tiny machine, and then you can sequence basically everything. So that's really cool, and it's a portable one.
Reliable results is something else, but yeah.
That also depends on the software, of course.
Which one did I love the most? There's only one answer. It is the best, the most useful, the most reliable piece of machine in this bunch of World War II remnants. A machine that will always have a special place in my heart. The coffee machine.
What do you think of your colleagues? Now the question is, because I was surprised to hear that I am the one that you enjoy and respect the most. Is that true, or is another of my wishful thinking?
No, this is true, because of course you can be a bit of a joker, But we also had a serious talk. So, and then you give your honest opinion about basically everything.
A tricky question, huh? You won't get me. I want to go back to Sicily. I didn't get to eat everything.
And now, let's continue with a topic that is very, very dear to you, that are the conferences. How did you like going, and what you did like the most about them?
Well, if you consider the NVMM, it's an annual conference that we all go to. Of course, the drinks after the party, that was super nice. And also when I went to Canada, for example, it was my first time there, so I saw a lot of new things. So I also enjoyed the sightseeing with my colleagues.
Ooh, the conferences. Free travel, free alcohol, free hotel, and best of all, free gambling at the casino. At the department, they still think I spent €3,000 for the conference. All my conference travels ended up like in the hungover.
It's kind of interesting that you just mentioned the Canada, because rumor has it that the conference in Vancouver was quite an event, right? Especially something related with heterosexual men with gonorrhea and someone called Nigel. What was all of that about?
Nigel? I don't recall Nigel, but I do recall that I went to the wrong building during the conference, and then they immediately spotted me because I wasn't wearing a complete suit.
Emily? Who's Emily?
Not Emily.
Did I get Emily?
No.
Okay, sorry.
Let's not talk about Vancouver. I won a travel grant, and what they come up with? Just a golden tag. No limousine at the airport, no red carpet, and, worst of all, no free bottles of champagne. To show my endless superiority, I didn't have other choice than wore the tag the whole time. It was so pretty though. Anyway, shame on Canada.
No, but isn't true that people were keep calling you Nigel for the whole time?
No, that's not true.
Thank you, Christian.
Christian Hobe. Since Brian was probably too drunk to remember, would you tell us what really happened that night?
By the way, so
Not that I recall, but
that's something different.
Yeah.
That's something different, because a little Bill told me that you wrote something in your thesis about Lieke and Petra liking beers, and apparently they are not the only one, and dances at conferences. Can you please elaborate a bit more on that?
well, we as PhD students, we typically are not the first ones that join people on the dance floor, but Petra and Lieke, they're always one of the first to go to the dance floor, and you had to dance. As a PhD student, you had to.
I know.
These two are wild. Some people like John Penders, if they drink one glass too much, they just end up juggling with bags of cold pasta or attempt to play the piano. But Lieke and Petra, whoa man. They are real party animals. They can dance all night long and give 1-hour speech the day after, like nothing happened. That is a real science mystery.
But it's not about me, it's about you. So,
Yeah.
what do you think it will happen when or if you will leave the department?
In which direction are you thinking?
Eventually, when you will, time here will come to an end and then you will leave. What do you think will happen to the department?
Hopefully collapse, so then they call me and then they have to hire me again.
We all know what happened when Steve Jobs left Apple. I will give them 3 weeks before they will call me back in tears because people will start using pipettes to hammer the tips.
Okay, that was an honest answer. So, indeed, thank you very much for your honesty and openness. But before to end this amazing interview, we cannot dodge a question about the COVID-19. So, during the pandemic, home office became the norm. How was your experience during this period?
I think in the beginning it was really nice in the sense that I could work quite a lot, and also I wasn't disturbed as much as here. But I really missed the contact with the colleagues and the discussions. So for me, it was a difficult time to work from home only.
if only I could share that point of view.
Home office was great. Staying away from you was a blessing. No constant distraction from that Italian so-called bioinformatician. Good coffee, playing online with Petra during office hours. She is a badass in Borderlands. Besides, I was able to focus on the most important thing. Cut down precious seconds on my lap times in Formula 1.
And with that, thank you, Brian, for being with us, and back to the celebration.